That's tradition, my brother.
Take.
High level scrutiny. We'll give them 2. Sorry.
Do you know him? He's vindictive. He was trying to argue with me that he wanted to dip his hand in the food, and I insisted no. Taking second servings, making it look like, oh, the food is so good. I kept telling you, culture, culture, culture. You were so engrossed. No, just do the tasting and move on.
Guys, I miss seeing Doris on my screen, and because of that, let's do a throwback of where Doris truly showed herself. When I mean showed herself, I mean Doris in her element. The Doris, the team where we all know. So let's do a throwback to week 4. Wednesday of week 4, when they did the Golden Penny Semovita sponsor task. So Doris and the Sultana cooked for their team Nuts, okay? And because that particular task said that the housemates, other team members will have to have a taste of your food and then go ahead to score you. So the thing is this, your team won't partake in this, but the remaining 3 teams, like that's your competitors, will come, taste and score. Now, it happened that Victory and Tracy now came to Doris' stand, that's Nuts, and washed their hand. Doris actually offered them water to wash their hand. And when Victory now wants to dig into the food, Doris was like, no, you won't use your bare hands, you have to use cutlery. And Victory was not like, if no Victory self, they get score for head. Victory was like, so why did you give me a bowl to wash my hand? I want to use my bare hands, I want to go the native way, the traditional way. And Doris said, no, you want to contaminate my food, you won't use your bare hand, you will use cutlery, and I insist, because you're not the only one that is coming to taste this food, okay? Well, after everything, Victory and Tracy didn't even have a problem with that. So Victory went ahead, made use of the cutlery and tasted their food. So they made mayen kuko, and according to Victory said, number 1, that the meat was too strong, the meat in that food. In fact, he even went ahead to spit it out and trash, because he wanted to test the next meal, and they were telling him, okay, swallow the one you have in your mouth, and he said he can't swallow. Like, he can't swallow this meat that is too strong. He now spitted it out and threw in the trash. Oh my god. If I was the one in that team, I go finish Victory. But trust Doris Sha. So now Victory now proceeded to other team, and they allowed him use his bare hands. That's it that Doris said. Doris was so angry with the rest of the team. In fact, she told me this guy just contaminated your food. See, that day still lives rent-free in my head. Doris was so angry. Even though when the rest of the team you're telling Victory and Tracy that you can taste with your bare hands since you've washed your hand. Doris was like, what's the meaning of that? And because Victory actually scored them low. Victory gave his reason. The meat, he even said that the soup, okay, it wasn't Victory, but other tasters that came later on said that Doris's soup, that's the team Nuts soup, that their soup wasn't properly cooked, okay? But Doris said no, that was Victory trying to get at her for not having his way. Because Victory kept telling Doris, you're not the one that will tell me what to do. I'm a tester, so allow me to do my thing. Well, you know how Doris is now, she's strong-willed. Meanwhile, prior to Victory and Tracy testing, the first team that went to do the tasting was Team Nuts, okay? And their rep was Kola and Culture. But mind you weren't allowed to taste your team's food or score them. So Kola and Culture were so generous with the scores. In fact, they even gave a 4, because that day it's 5-1, 5 being highest, 1 lowest. And when they came back, like when they were done tasting and scoring and came back to the room, Doris just sparked, saying, can you imagine that when Kola and Culture were doing the tasting and giving people score, like she kept giving them sign. Because before the tasting part, the tasting and scoring, their team were already leading, okay? And this is Doris saying, what do you expect from other team? That they knew that Team Nuts were already leading. So the only way to make sure they don't win this task is by bringing down their scores, by scoring them low, that their food wasn't tasty, that. I imagine she even cut her hand in the process. That honestly, she's just angry. In fact, for Kola and Culture being generous with scores, That this is one of the reasons why she wanted Gigi Jasmine to go and not Kola and Culture. That they were so carried away. They were even going for a second round, screaming that the food was yummy. Why would they do that? That they were just supposed to keep it professionally. Keep it professional. You taste, you move to the next people. Taste, give them their score and go. While standing there, chewing the food, asking for more meats, asking... Doris was so pissed off. She was not showing them her fingers that she cut in the process of preparing their team's food. Now, after that tasting and scoring, they now went in for the final task, which is drama presentation. They actually did very well in their drama, okay? But then something funny happened. So Team West were the first to present. But in the process of presenting, they got buzzed out. In fact, they didn't even go half of what they had, and the timer buzzed them out. Now, Doris's team now came up and they presented everything beginning to end, because you know when with Team West got buzzed out, then other team now learns from what happened to Team West. So for every team that comes up on stage, they will act very fast in order to beat time, because what Big Brother told them was 7 minutes, but Biggie didn't even stick to his own part of the deal. Now, Doris's team came up and they did their drama. They talked about the benefits, the health benefits of Golden Penny Semovita. They even had a chant at the end, and they went ahead to give everything. So they finished even before the time buzzed, okay? Now, after everything, when it was time to announce the winners, Big Brother now announced Team West as the winner. Now, mind you that during the rehearsals, like, you know, the camera would shift to the various teams. And honestly, Team West, they had a very beautiful presentation. And now, Big Brother now gave Team West. Mind you that drama wasn't the only thing they did that night. So they played this game called Part to Pot that they play like as if you're playing what's it called, as if you're playing Ludo now, okay, whereby you roll a dice and then you move to the numbers until you complete. Aside that, they also did cooking competition, which even though the team members scored themselves, you don't know if Big Brother decided to go give his own score, because they actually left their food at the arena and went inside the house. Now, Doris didn't consider all of that, so when they came into the room, Doris was so angry. She was like, imagine Big Brother, a team that couldn't even finish their drama. A team that timer buzzed out is the people that ended up winning that. What does Big Brother actually want? You do too much. Big Brother said, oh, okay, maybe. She now said the other day, her team was presenting and Big Brother said they exceeded the duration, the time given to them. Because of that, they did not score. But today now... this team, you know, we are presenting and they got buzzed out, and yet he said they are the winner. Or more, that day Doris didn't even find it funny with Big Brother. You know, she kept on complaining. It really got to her. And honestly, that wasn't the first time we are seeing Doris, you know, exhibit something like this. For every time her team loses, hey, Doris go talk. Doris will... Is it that Doris is blaming it on Big Brother or she's blaming it on her team member? She will never take the blame. You can imagine that day, the day she won HOH, and during the Challenger, she lost out. Guess what? She blamed it on Denari. That Denari didn't bring his A game to the game. He was expecting Denari to come through. Denari was the last to play, so she expected that he must have seen how others were playing and learn from their mistake and then win it. And when Denari now told her, I wasn't mentally ready for that, hey, Doris was not like, what do you mean by we aren't mentally ready? This is Biggie's house. You need to be ready all the time. Anyways, that's Doris, guys. And how far? Do you still remember this task? Do you still remember how it all played? It's one of my favorite tasks of that season because of so many reasons. Number one, the outfits. I actually love that they used Ankara and they turned out so beautiful. And the task was very educational as well. You know, you got to cook a food that maybe you've not eaten before, you've not even heard of before. You know, that's the beauty, the unity in Nigeria. That particular task was promoting unity, at the same time showcasing how beautiful our culture is. And again, it was so educational. And they had fun now. All those means the big brother was playing in the arena while they were cooking. It was just beautiful. But let me read your comments. Did you enjoy that task? And Doris, what do you have to do about what do you have to say about what Doris did that day, or have you forgotten? Just to remember this task, tell me in the comment section and I'll be reading. If you really enjoyed this, or if you're enjoying all of this throwback, please do well to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I will see you in the next one. That's if you guys are really enjoying it, then we'll keep it coming. But if you're not, we'll have to say bye bye, yo. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye.
I don't know. I kept saying Gigi go, Gigi go, Gigi go. I kept saying it.